beautiful occasion to help celebrate Cullen and Jasmine Barco. Can we get a round of applause for the newlyweds? We're first going to start out with introduction. I'm Rhett, I'd be Cullen's youngest brother.
My name's Coy, I'm in the middle of the two of them. Jasmine said we need to keep this speech short and sweet, under 4 minutes to be exact. Jasmine just wishes Cullen could last 4 minutes. There's no doubt in our mind, Jasmine has made Cullen more patient, taught him kindness, and realizes the world just doesn't revolve around him. Basically, made him a much better person overall.
Not everybody here has had the pleasure of knowing Cullen as long as we have. We want to bring you up to speed throughout the years.
So we prepared a slideshow to help illustrate. You're probably thinking, cute kid, such a sweet boy. You'd be correct. When I was born, at first Cullen was very excited to have a younger brother. And then after me being home for about the first weekend, he looked at my parents and he said, so, when do we get to take him back to the hospital? After he realized I was staying, I think he cried for about 3 days. One time, Cullen and I were riding to school together, and he looked at me very seriously. He says, I had a great few-year period in my life. And I said, really? When was that? He goes, the first 3. And I said, you mean before I was born? He says, yep, kept driving. No other words the rest of the way to school. For some of you that don't know, this might be surprising. Cullen wanted to follow in our father's footsteps and be a cowboy. He went so far to beg and plead and whine, asking for a pony. He was bound and determined to name it Whitey, but Rick went to the auction and bought a black pony. And he still named it Whitey. Later in life, Cullen discovered his love for balls and shafts, golf. His hard work ethic and determination was clear to see at a young age for golf, and transferred and built him into the man he is today at the dealership and in life. As a teenager, Cullen would be out on the golf course early in the morning, late at night, like it was a full-time job. That took him from being one of the best golf players at Aquin, earning a college scholarship for golf, and today he still whoops our ass out on the golf course. With no mercy. With all this success came a slight douchebag phase, which many men experience in their coming of age. See here, a tweet from Cullen. I wish my car had an ejector seat. Hashtag too fast, too furious. Keep in mind, he was giving me a ride to school every single day during these years. I didn't know it was that bad. Ejectocito cuz, more like eject your bro.
In the words of Cullen Barco, Thanksgiving is for spending time with family and loved ones. ... Nope, just family. With that logic, weddings are for spending time with family and loved ones. Nope, just family. With the grace and patience that Jasmine has taught Cullen, we hope he thinks differently today, which he obviously does. Also, growing up in a house of 3 boys, you can only imagine the smell on our clothes. Cullen and I used to have prank wars putting dirty socks in each other's pillowcases, and we both thought it was funny until one day I put my 2-day-old underwear in his pillowcase. Hashtag prank war over, bro.
Cullen was very smart in school, probably not a surprise to a lot of you guys that know him. Got great grades, always set a tough standard for Rhett and I to live up to. Hashtag Smarty. Cullen even set the curve on his English test one time. Felt the need to tweet about it. Something that most people in your class are slightly annoyed about. I wonder if he got extra credit for putting hashtag swag in one of his answers. Nowadays, Cullen's setting the curve for all 4 of our dealerships, posting sales numbers that nobody can touch. Shout out Jeff Gear.
During the douchebag era, as many men experience, Cullen might have been a slight perv. At least he was a patriotic perv. Although he was concerned about Miss Universe, now Jasmine is his whole universe. For anyone that wants to see more, his handle is CJ Marco on X. Now Jasmine,
All jokes aside, there's no one else we'd rather have as our older brother. Cullen, we look up to you every single day. We come to you advice. You're always there to answer. Cullen truly sets the best example we ever could ask for in an older brother. I think it's clear to everyone today that Cullen is a much better man because of meeting Jasmine. He's grown so much more compassion, love, forgiveness, patience, and everything else. Seeing him with his niece Charlotte today, you wouldn't believe it if you only knew him 10 years ago. Even though you're not living out your dream as a cowboy, we wish Cullen and Jasmine a marriage full of laughing, loving, forgiveness, and happiness that's wilder than any 8-second ride. We will always be there for both of you guys. As I stated earlier, Cullen thought the best 3 years of his life were the first 3. Keep in mind, he said that to me before he'd ever met Jasmine. If you ask us, and I think he'd agree, the best 4.5 years have been since he's met Jasmine. The best is yet to come still. Cheers to the newlyweds.
And now, let's party like it's 2003.